Secular Talks Kyle Kulinski went after both Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro in his latest video. You guys are going to be checking out him talking about Steven Crowder, and then we're going to come back and talk about it here. Check it out.
Unbelievable. Look, from his own website, in case you think, that's his own video, in case you think we're strawmanning here. This is his own website. Louder with Crowder. Myth busted! Actually, yes, Hitler was a socialist liberal. Dun, dun, dun. I'm Steven Crowder, and I define anything I don't like as being liberal, yeah. Anything that's bad that's ever happened is the fault of the liberals, yeah. I'm so young and edgy and cool. Oh, come on, man, come on. I'm adult enough to be able to acknowledge the fucking people who are on the left who are monsters. Look at Steven Crowder. Look at what he does. He's fundamentally incapable of admitting that any, historical barbarian, any obviously negative character in history is a right-winger, because he has to protect, I have to protect my sweet, sweet right-wingers. It's part of my narrative. It's part of my narrative. I can't ever admit fault on my side, which is why you're a fucking jackass. And it's amazing. And by the way, dude, just chill with the... I mean, okay, now I'm being a dick, but I'm telling you, he's got issues. Look at this. Look at this. Steven Crowder in dress. I'm not just saying this to be a douche, although I am being a douche, but Steven Crowder finds an excuse every 2.5 weeks to dress up as a woman. And look, man, I mean, I kind of feel bad for the guy in one sense, because he obviously has some sort of deep seated issue where... like, he's like trans on some level. Like, he wants to be a woman on some level. But he doesn't... he's so invested in acting like transgenderism doesn't exist, or it's some sort of mental disorder or something, that he would never allow himself to be happy and become trans. But I swear, I've seen how... and even his own fans have noticed this and been like, shit, man, you keep doing this. You keep finding excuses to dress up like a woman. So look, I'm not, dude. I believe in freedom. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But I just find it weird because it strikes me like he's kind of being like those Republican politicians who are super anti-gay and they run on family values, and they act like being gay is evil and wrong and terrible and immoral, and then they get caught blowing some dude in a New Jersey Turnpike bathroom. Well, that's what happened. I mean, Crowder strikes me as he bashes transgenderism all the time, but somehow there's 1,000 pictures of him dressed as a woman online. So I'll leave it at that. I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions, but yeah, I don't know. There's something going on there. I think there's something going on there. But anyway, so Ben Shapiro, Steven Crowder, some of the worst right-wingers on Twitter. Joe Walsh is pretty bad. He's a former congressman. He says stupid shit all the time.
So yeah, what he's talking about is very true. He does think that Hitler was a liberal, and I've made a video talking about that. He uses a fake quote, basically, of Hitler saying that, we are socialists, etc., etc., but that was a fake quote put in a pamphlet, and those words were not said by Hitler, and I've already talked about that. There was a Snopes fact check that was done on that. But someone else who did a really good breakdown of that video was Right Wing Watch. He has a very good video breaking down that video and exposing it big time. But a lot of the stuff that was in place there was already there, like universal health care was already put in there by Otto von Bismarck, etc., etc. We could go on for a long time about all of that type of stuff. But he also talked about how Steven Crowder constantly finds an excuse to dress up as a woman. And a lot of people have noticed this, and a lot of people are kind of, weirded out by that. And now what we're saying here is not that, there's anything wrong with it, dressing up and being a woman, being transgender. But when you are constantly, criticizing and saying that this is a mental disorder and that it's crazy, that's when there's a problem. I just talked about a video where he was going on about saying how Alexa's a social justice warrior liberal because it acknowledges that Caitlyn Jenner changed her name, from Bruce Jenner to Caitlyn Jenner, which is just a name, and I talked about how that's a social construct. There's nothing scientific or biological that attaches a name to a certain gender doesn't exist. Even Ben Shapiro himself said that. So that was a total knock, and it got 1.1 million views for some dumbass reason. I don't know why. But he always finds an excuse to dress up as a woman, and it's something that's very iffy and very shady. But again, Secular Talk going after Steven Crowder. Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below. Leave a like and share the video. Help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.